Hello, you are welcome to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. Today we have Science for Basic 2. Science for Basic 2. So let's go straight to the board. Okay, I did not mention my name. But I said my name is Paul Williams Ofori. You did not mention your name, so what's your name? And then the name of your school? Which town? Okay. So look on the board. So you are looking at strand 4, basic 2, science, strand 4. Forces and energy. Forces and energy. The sub-strand is 2, electricity and electronics. Electricity and electronics. Content standard is here, then we have the indicator. Now let's look at the indicator. Recognize the importance of safety when using electricity. Hey, today's lesson, I beg you pay attention. It's about your life, it's about your life. I don't want you to die. In fact, if you die, I can't live. So I beg you, listen, pay attention, so that today you learn something that will help you live long. Okay, so today we are looking at what? Safe ways to use electricity. So it means we have some ways that are not safe. But today we are looking at the safe ways to what? Use electricity. Safe ways to use electricity. We all use electricity. We charge our phones. We iron our dress. We watch TV. We get light from bulb. We do so many things. We use electricity. So what are the best ways or the safest ways that we have to what? Follow and use this form of energy that we have in the house, I mean electricity. So that is what we are looking at today. Okay, so pay attention, I beg you. Pay attention, I beg you. So the key words, appliances, all of you, appliances. So appliances, I said appliances. Again, appliances. Okay, so they are machines that we use in our homes, in schools, wherever we go. They are machines that we use. Some of them use electricity. Others too, they don't use electricity. They use batteries and other things. So you can give examples. Examples are TVs, fan, iron, kettle, rice cookers. All these are appliances. They help us to perform different tasks. Okay. The next word is electrocution. All of you, electrocution. Electrocution. It comes from the word electrocute. Electrocute. So if you are electrocuted, it means that electricity has shocked you. Shock from what? Electricity. So if you get injury, it can cause what? Injury. It can what? Also cause death. Death. You can die. You can get what? Shock and get injured. Have you been shocked by electricity before? If the answer is yes, then it means you have been electrocuted before. So the electrocution, it could lead to death. Some of them straight, then you are gone. Some of them too, you get injury. Okay, so electrocution is what? The injury or death that we get when you touch shock, when electricity shocks us. Okay, so the next word is what? Insulator. 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 So insulator is something that prevents electricity to pass through it. So for example, if I have this and I want to insulate it, I have to what? Cover it with something that electricity cannot pass through. So wood, electricity cannot pass through wood. Electricity cannot pass through plastic. Electricity cannot pass through rubber. So all these things are what? Insulators. So insulators are materials that electricity cannot what? Pass through. Okay. Now we have shock. Shock. Electricity shock or electric shock. Yes. So when you touch naked wire, live wire, live electric wire, you get shock. So that is shock for you. Shock. This is how it is spelled. Now, the next word is what? Barefooted. All of you, barefooted. One is foot, two, feet. So your two, your two legs, where you used to touch the ground, that is the foot, right? So anytime you are walking, we make sure your parents make sure that you have put on a nice shoe, slippers, sandals, cambo, heels, mook. The girls, you like mook, papa? So those things are footwear. But if you don't wear them and you are just walking, we say you are barefooted. Barefooted means that you are not wearing anything. Barefooted means you are not what? Wearing anything. Okay, so let's continue. We use electricity every day at home. We also use it at school. Some appliances use electricity to work, and these appliances cannot work if there is no electricity. The appliances that use electricity to work are called electrical appliances. These are some examples of electrical appliances we use at home. So we are talking about electricity and the machines that use what? Electricity to work. We call them electrical appliances because they use electricity to work. Okay, and examples are here. I hope you can see this. This is what? Electric iron. Without electricity, it cannot work. We have this electric bulb. Without electricity, it can't produce any light. This is fridge. If you don't have light, it will not work. The next one, this is fan. It uses electricity. Without electricity, it will not work. They are all electrical appliances. This is microwave. You see how microwave is. So it uses what? Electricity to work. It's what? Electrical appliance. You see rice. The rice cooker is here. It also uses what? Electricity to work. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. This is what? Blender. So blender also uses what? Electricity to work. We have air conditioner. So the air conditioner that you have in your house, if there is no light, can it work? No, it can't work. So it also uses electricity to work. This is television. Yes, TV is the same as television. Okay. Now, so these are what? Examples of appliances, electrical appliances. Electrical appliances are devices or appliances that use electricity to work. Without electricity, these things that I shown you, they cannot work. So in your house, apart from this, what are some of the electrical appliances that you have? Yes. Mention those that only depend on electricity. Without electricity, they cannot work. Yes, I've given you more examples. Iron, bulb, fridge, fan, microwave, rice cooker, blender, air conditioner, television. What else? So you know them. Now let's look at some uses or importance of electricity. Is electricity important? Is electricity useful? What are the importance or uses of electricity? Tell me what you use electricity for. You use it for ironing, right? Okay. What again? You get light from it. Okay. What again? For cooking, rice cooker. Okay, you have rice cooker, so you use electricity to help you to cook your food. What again? Don't worry, let's move on. Now, so we are saying that we use electricity to iron our uniforms. So it is used to iron what? Uniforms. So this is what? Uniform. Your uniform. And you are doing the ironing. Without electricity, you can't do that. Now we have this. Look at these girls. They are always in the room watching TV. They don't go out to work. So without electricity, you can't watch TV. So we use electricity to do what? To watch television. We use electricity to watch television. Okay, let's look at the next one. We use electricity to make food cold. So look at this. This is what? Fridge. So if you put your food in it and you plug it, you see that the food will become cold. Okay. This is what? Look at this place. Yes, this is Ghana for you. Do you know this place? Hey, it's beautiful like Ghana. Very beautiful like Ghana. Okay, so those who are watching, or those who are with me here, listen, Ghana is a beautiful place. Ghana is a very beautiful place. So come to Ghana and enjoy the good things that we have here. Look at the streets, the lights. Oh, everything is nice here. So you see, it's help us to get light. So electricity help us to get light. Electricity help us to get light. We also have stable power. Our lights are on all the time. As for Ghana, the best place ever. If you are not in Ghana, come to Ghana and enjoy better life. Better life. So we have seen that electricity is used to do so many things. And these are the few ones that we have mentioned. That we use electricity to iron our uniforms. We use electricity to watch television. We use electricity to make food what? Cold. Electricity is also used to what? Get what? Light. And there are other uses that we have for electricity. Okay, now let's continue. Describe what you see in this picture. Tell whether it is the safe way or unsafe way of using electricity and give your ratings. So we are going to look at some pictures. Tell me if it is the safe way or it is not the safe way of using what? Electricity. Now look at this. Dipping hands into plug kettle. Look at the picture here. Look at the picture. You can see that the kettle, there is water in the kettle, the water is boiling, and the boy is dipping his hand into it. Is it the right thing? The kettle too is plugged. Is it the right thing? No. So if you have kettle and your mother is what? Boiling water or using it, you don't have to put your hand, dip your hand into it to check whether the water is hot or not hot. If you do that, you'll be electrocuted. The light will shock you. And if you get shock, there are two things. It's either you sustain injury or you die. I don't want you to die. I don't want you to sustain injury. So don't dip your hands into plugged kettle. Okay, so this is not the safe way. Another one, going to danger signs. Going to danger sign. This one, let me show it to you. The boys. The boys, if you are playing ball and the ball go to places like this, please don't go. Tell an elderly person to go there and pick the ball for you. Don't go to such places. Otherwise, you see the danger. Danger. Danger, you die. So you see, high voltage, it means this place is very dangerous. If you go there, you can easily get what? Electrocuted and die. So if you have something, if your ball goes to that place, if you are playing football, it goes to such places, don't go there. Look around, look for an elderly person, beg the person that, oh please, we are playing football and our ball has gone to this place, but we have seen danger that we don't want to die, so please help us. And they'll help you, right? Okay, so don't go to such places, I beg you. Let's go to the next one. Plugging naked wire or cable. So look at this girl. So you see the wire here or the cable here. She's what? Ironing. but this side of the cable is naked, it's not covered, and she has plugged it. Look at what is happening. So if you are ironing and you see that the cable, or you are using any electrical appliance and the cable, you see that the wires are out, you can see the wires, you don't have to plug it. So naked wires or cables shouldn't be used at all. Like this girl, she will die. Look at this place, look at the fire coming. Because of this, the fire is coming, the whole place will get burnt. Okay, so don't do things like this, I beg you. Now look at the picture here. I can see a hand. This hand, you see the person is bathing at the same time plugging something. So if your hands are wet, don't use any gadgets. We are talking about electrical appliances, don't use them. So using gadgets with wet hands. So if your hands are wet, it's not only when you are bathing, but if you are washing your hands, or if because of something your hands are wet, don't touch or use any gadgets, you can get shocked. So these are some. Another one is here, climbing electricity pole. The boys, I beg you, don't give a try, you die. Don't go and climb electricity pole. The boys and some of the girls, if you go to places like this, make sure that you go there with your casket or your coffin, because you will not come home, you will die over there. Please, I beg you, don't go to places like this. Don't climb electricity poles. Don't climb electricity poles. If you do this, you will die. You will get shocked and you die. Another thing that we should know is that plugging many gadgets into a socket. Plugging many gadgets into a socket. So if you look at this picture, you see that the socket is here, but there are so many plugs. So if you plug them into one socket, it will catch fire. The load will be too much for the socket, so it will catch fire. So this is not the best way. It's not a safe way. It's not safe to use electricity like this. Okay. So if I ask you to mention some of the safe ways to use electricity, you can use this to tell. Or if I ask you to mention some of the unsafe ways to use electricity, these are the things that you are expected to provide. Dipping your hands into plug kettle is an unsafe way of using electricity. Going to danger signs or where you have these things is also an unsafe way. Another one, plugging naked wires or cable is an unsafe way. The next one is that using gadgets with wet hands is also an unsafe way. Now, climbing electricity pole is an unsafe way, and then plugging in many gadgets into one socket or into a socket is also an unsafe way. Now, let's look at unsafe ways of using electricity. So all the things that we mentioned, they are here. Dipping your hands into a kettle of water that is plugged. That is one. 2. Using electrical appliances with wet hands. 3. Climbing electric poles. 4. Plugging wires that are naked or not insulated into sockets. 5. Using metal objects like nails, keys, pins, and others to help plug electrical appliances into sockets. So what we are saying is that if you want to plug something, don't use key, don't use nail or any metal thing, because they are they are good conductors of electricity. If you use it, it will shock you. So those who have been plugging with nails, keys, no, don't use those things. And even don't worry yourself if your parents are there. Even if they are not there, don't worry yourself. Look for somebody who is older than you to do it for you, right? The next one is plugging into many electrical gadgets into one socket. And then the last one, using electrical appliances barefooted. So look at this man. What is he doing? He's ironing. But is he wearing something? No, he is barefooted. So this is barefooted. That is what I was teaching you at the beginning of the lesson, that we shouldn't use any electrical appliances when we are barefooted. So if you look at this person, he's barefooted and he's iron. This is not the best way to use electrical appliances. You get shocked. So always make sure you wear something when you are using electrical appliances. Now, some safe ways of using electricity. 1. Do not dip your hands into water to check whether it is cold or hot when the kettle is plugged and working. So if the kettle is working and it is plugged, or if the kettle is plugged and the water is boiling, whether it is boiling or not boiling, please, once it is plugged, don't dip your hand into it. Okay. 2. Do not use electrical appliances when your hands are wet. I have taught you. The next one, do not climb electric poles. 4. Do not go near places where signs like danger or high voltage are written. So if you have places that we have these signs, danger, high voltage, you see human skeleton, those places, don't go there. Next one, do not put metal objects into socket to help you plug electric appliances. So if you have electric appliance, you want to plug it, don't use any metal thing. Number 4, do not use electrical appliances if you are not wearing any footwear like slippers or shoes. So don't use electrical appliances barefooted. Make sure you wear something. Okay. Number 7, do not plug in too many electrical appliances into one socket. So that one you are aware already. Number 8, turn off the switch before removing a plug from a socket. So if you want to remove a plug, make sure the socket is off. You have turned it off before you remove the plug. Number 9, switch off electrical appliances if they are not in use. So if you have electrical appliances in the house, you are not using it, or you are not using them, make sure you switch them off. You switch them off. Don't leave them on like that. If you are not using them, don't leave them on. Switch them off. 10. Tell an adult to help you use an electrical gadget. So at your age, anytime you want to use electrical gadgets, tell those who are older than you to help you. Any adults, tell the person to help you use it. Okay. Now let's move on. The question is, why are electrical wires or appliances covered with plastics and wooden materials? Why are electrical wires or appliances covered with plastic and wooden materials? So all the appliances that we use, the electrical appliances, you see that they are covered with something, either plastic, rubber, or wooden substance. And we call those things insulators because they do not allow electricity to pass through. If they allow electricity to pass through, the moment you touch it, you will get shocked. So let's look at something. We do that to prevent electrical shock. All the appliances have this plastic, this rubber, and that covers them. The reason is that it will prevent electrical shock, because the rubber, the wood, the plastic, electricity cannot pass through. But if you use something that electricity can pass through, you get shock. So for us not to get shock, we need to prevent ourselves by covering them with rubbers, covering them with plastics, covering them with wood. So this is an example to prevent electrical shock. This is an example of someone who has received shock from electricity. So look at this. Look at another one here. We do that to prevent death. So if our electrical gadgets are not covered with insulators, we will get shocked, and it can lead us to death. Look at the person here. So if you don't want it, we need to prevent death by covering our electrical gadgets with insulators. So look at the person. Somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's husband, he is dead because of electricity. That's why today I told you at the beginning of the lesson that your life is important, so pay attention. If you play with electricity, you will die. Listen, no, if you play with electricity, you will die. Electricity, it will kill you. Simple. You will die. So I'm just begging you that never play with electricity. It can shock you. You get injuries. Even if you are injured, you are okay. But what if you are not injured, but you die? No option for you. So please, let's try to protect ourselves, do the right thing, use electricity wisely. So electricity cannot pass through plastic and wooden materials. Materials that do not allow electricity to pass through them are called insulators. Insulators prevent electrocution. Electrocution is when someone dies or gets injured from electrical shock. So you see all the gadgets, electrical appliances that we have, they are covered with plastic and wood materials because they do not allow electricity to pass through them. So it prevents us from getting electrical shocks and getting or it prevents us from death. So that is why all electrical gadgets, they have rubbers, they have plastic, they have wood that covers them. So the reason is that we don't want to get shocked, we don't want to die. That is why they are covered with those things. So if you are using something, you are using electrical gadget and you see that the cables are exposed, you can see the cables, you can touch the cables, please don't use it. All cables need to be covered, needs to be insulated, and it should be covered with plastic, wood, rubber. Those things electricity cannot pass through. Okay, now we are coming to the end, so let's look at the summary. Electricity is very important in our schools and homes. We use it to cook food, iron our dresses, give light and others. Electricity can kill if it is not used wisely. So today we have learned about electricity. What you should know is that it can kill you if you don't use it wisely. We have seen ways that if you are not careful, the electricity can kill you. So if you are using electricity, you should know what to do. If you are supposed to touch or use electricity, or when you are using electricity, make sure your hands are dry, you wear something, make sure the cables that are naked, you don't even use it at all. Those gadgets, don't go closer, and don't go to places that we have this high voltage sign. Don't climb electric poles. So these are some of the things that you should do to prevent yourself from being electrocuted. So today, this is what we have learned. I don't want to hear any bad news that you didn't listen, and because of that you have been electrocuted. That thing, I don't want to hear it. I have exercise for you: exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, exercise 4, exercise 5, and then home assignments. So this is what you should do for me as your home assignment. Let me read it for you. Your father has asked you to write rules for your family. The rules are to guide all family members on how to use electrical appliances at home. Write 3 rules that everybody should follow when using electrical appliances. So you are going to write rules for your whole family. Today you have learned about electricity. The rules, you are writing them about how they should use the electrical gadgets, appliances that you have in the house. So make sure you do the home assignments. When you finish with the home assignments, you can just reach out to us. We'll go through. Apart from the home assignments, the exercises are there. We have science textbook from basic 1 to basic 6. We have a Asante tree from basic 1 to basic 6. We have a Piapin tree from basic 1 to basic 6. The title is Kokromoti series. If you need copies, just contact us. Our videos too are on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, so you can go there to watch our videos. What we are teaching you, what you are learning, is the same thing that is happening in the classroom. So just tell your friends that they should go to these social media platforms and then look for Kokromoti series, search for Kokromoti series. You'll get our videos and you watch them. They'll help you to do well in school. My name is Paul Ansofori. Thank you.